Hola, konnichiwa, tudo bem, hello, como estas? What it do? Welcome to the J-Boy Sports Podcast. You are now listening to an episode in which we're going to go back into Jimmy Butler. I had said that this one had kind of gotten away from me for a little bit because I started working on some other things, specifically the Stephen A. Smith and LeBron James incident that continues to go. But there's some other things going on that are interesting in the background. And one of the things that slipped through the cracks is this Jimmy Butler stuff, man. Because I've really been thinking a lot about it, and I want to talk about it. I don't hear enough people talking about it. You know, it's just kind of slid under the rug. But, again, if we want to talk about other NBA stories, we got to stop sitting on the same couple of people every day. We got to start getting into new and different things and give our opinions on new and different things. And one of the things for me is this Jimmy Butler stuff. So what we're going to listen to is a snippet from Gil's Arena. My guy, Rashad McCants. And yes, I said my guy, Rashad McCants. Rashad McCants is my guy. Some of y'all don't like him. Some of y'all got all types of weird problems with him. But you know what? That's not my problem. That's my guy. He keeps it real and says stuff with his chest. And that's what I like. So, we're going to listen to what he had to say about this Jimmy Butler incident. And then I'll come back and give my thoughts. Check it out.
What do you think about Jimmy Butler rocking the Suns colorway and the Heat's loss to the Blazers?
I don't really think nothing of it. I've been off Jimmy since the emo.
Damn.
Supposed to be the leader, you just quit on your team, and it's hard to root for these guys nowadays, man. It's a lot of that they doing is just kind of like against the code of how I grew up, how I watched the game, where I learned the game from, and then you separate the game and you got to look at these people as individuals and you be like, I don't know you well enough to judge you like that. So You can only judge them on the game. Like your approach to the game and how your character magnifies that. And these kind of antics is just not professional. This is a National Business Association. And he not understanding that.
At some point, a businessman will say, you. Right? You don't have a non-trade clause in your contract, so you keep with me. You keep doing this. You keep trying to show me up. I will send you somewhere you do not want to be.
So that's Gil's Arena's thoughts on this Jimmy Butler thing in this snippet. And I'm with Rashad McCants and also with Gil on this one. Listen, he said he's been off Jimmy since the emo stuff. I thought the emo stuff was weird when he came into camp looking like under the sunlight again. Like some type of rock star or something like that. Which is fine. I mean, you want to be a rock star, man. I don't have an issue with that. It was weird to me, personally. But fine. I mean, Jimmy plays hard most of the time. Until he doesn't play hard no more. And like Rashad said, you can't be the leader and just quit on your team because something ain't working right with you financially when you're already a millionaire and you're already still getting like $50 million in the next 2 years. If I'm wrong on that, fact check me. But I know he was supposed to be getting still a hefty check, but he wanted more or wanted an extension or something like that. And then he started beefing with Pat Riley over that. He was hurt. You know, and he's been hurt. He don't really be playing that much during the season. Yeah, he comes to play in the playoffs, but during the season, you still need to sell tickets. You still need to grow that camaraderie. Somehow, they were coming from like the 8th play-in seed and going all the way up to the finals. But realistically, the Heat have never been like a high seed. Like, they're never like third or they're never even like third or fourth. They're always fighting at the bottom and then just put it together at the end. So it's not like Jimmy is this. I mean, yeah, he puts his money where his mouth is in the playoffs. I can't lie. And you know, but it's not like they're winning 60-something games and just coming up short. Like the team has not been that good. And part of it, you could say, oh well, Pat and Spo need to get somebody in there, develop somebody that could really help out Jimmy and Bam and Tyler Hero. But he still quit on his team, man. All the antics and stuff like that, and they mentioned, Rashad mentioned the code I grew up with. I'm big on principles and codes and standards, man. I'm big on that stuff because there has to be a standard. If there's no standards, dudes just run around acting like chickens with their heads cut off, making up new rules and stuff like that, and then you got to check them. Because ain't nobody playing with you, man. And if I'm on your team and you're my teammate and you're showing me up and making us late for things because you showing up late on the plane and you causing a scene and we can't focus on winning games because you want to be a diva, yeah, I'm going to have a problem with that. And you're supposed to be the leader. But when it comes to money, money makes you turn your back on your brothers and everybody else. I get it. Again, you got a problem with the GM, who's Pat. You got a problem with Spo. But then you're turning your back on the other 15 guys or 14 guys on the team, the training staff, everybody else there, all the bigger people and the little people. That's like guerrilla warfare, man. You know what I mean? Like, you're targeting everybody with the Uzi instead of who's actually hurting you. And I don't have a lot of respect for that. Like Rashad said, it tells a lot about your character. Maybe I don't know a lot about you overall, but I can see what you're doing to your team. I can see how you don't care about the fans. The fans support you. You say what you want about Pat Ewing, about Reggie Miller, Karl Malone, John Stockton. Other guys, they may have never won, but the fans love them. They're still gods in their city because they saw the hard work, the work ethic, the attention to detail, and they came and put their hats on every day, their hard hats, their big boy pants, and they worked. And maybe it didn't happen, but they tried. You respect the effort. There's something to be said about that. Running with like a chicken with your head cut off, like a stray dog with your tail in between your legs, running off, being a crybaby, that's not what it is, man. That's not what it is. It's not a good look. You know, all these non-professional antics just to get yourself traded to be a bad kid in class is ridiculous, man. And you know, at some point they're gonna trade you to Timbuktu, and in this case, he's fortunate they traded him to the Warriors. Pat Riley's nicer than I would be, but I think part of that is like Pat saying, like, look, we want to get some more people in here at some point. I can't completely like screw this guy over because then nobody will come over here. So Pat played the game, but he still made his thoughts known. He fined him every time, as you should. The commissioner, Adam Silver, sure is soft. He'll fine you for talking about a referee, but, you know, you could do all this other stuff and nothing happens. People being soft around here, man. So, I'm with them. I didn't like it. I'm right with Rashad McCants. I don't really... This situation went from bad to worse. And I really think Jimmy's character took a hit here, man. Because we thought Jimmy was an alpha. We thought he was like Mike, Kobe, Magic, Kareem, Bird. Like, we thought he was one of them boys that, like, didn't complain, worked hard, put his head down. But he's a diva, man, just like the rest of these guys. You know, and it's sad to see. I didn't like it. Again, if you wanted to be traded, that's fine. I understand that. But you could talk privately behind closed doors and still play hard, be there for your team, and try to win where you're at, not give up on where you're at. Like, he gave up on where he was at. He no longer cared. Look at his numbers on the way out. Getting fined, having to sit out games, just being a baby. So, yeah, I didn't love it. That's my thoughts on this. Thank you for listening to this. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hang on a little while after, because I'm going to suggest some other videos to you and also suggest some other podcasts maybe that you might want to check out that discuss this. So I appreciate your time. I'm very humble. Much love. Like, share, and subscribe. Much love.